Yo, welcome to another Speaker Geeker podcast. I'm your host, Steve, and I'm here with the crew as usual. Tommy T and the homie G. Same OG.
They might remember.
Hey,
He did.
hey. Got the vocals in there too.
I hear you.
Me. Perfect episode for it too, man. Perfect episode.
I heard you. I heard you.
What's happening, bro?
Man. Everything good over here, man.
Everything good.
I pulled a Tommy today. I just woke up from a nap.
Man, you gotta take him.
I'm
You gotta
good.
take him.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't had no nap. I'm coming straight from an open. Well, yeah, pretty much coming straight after doing the open house to all that. So I'm all in work mode. So when I get done, I'm going to crash.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be looking at your Instagram stories like, man, that's a nice house, man.
Man, come on, buy one.
I know,
Come
right?
on.
I know, right?
Hey, if you in the Nashville, actually, shoot, if you in Chattanooga,
Yeah.
Nashville, Clarksville, Murfreesboro, any other surrounding cities, and you trying to get a house, come holler at us, man. We'd be happy to help you out. Absolutely.
You don't want nobody all in the videos.
All in the videos. Hey.
No, we need that man in the videos. We gotta get Steve them on HGTV.
Right, there it is.
Go ahead and get some real cheese on this judge.
There it is, man.
Hey, we've been on
HGTV.
HGTV once.
Oh, for real? Y'all was on there?
Yeah. We was on there. I have to send y'all
What
the
y'all
clip.
was on?
Yeah, you gotta send me the link.
Flip
'Cause I
Flop
think you-
Nashville.
I think you sent it to me once.
Yeah, I think I sent it to you. You have to
Yeah.
send it. You have to send it.
Bro,
on
you
there.
gotta send
we
that
was on
because I want to see that. I gotta go back and see because I watched Flip and Flop Nashville. That's the one with what's his name? Deron and Paige.
Yep. Paige Turner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta go ahead and go back. I probably seen you and didn't even know who it was at
Probably
the time.
Be like,
Yeah,
man,
probably
I know
Tripping
him.
like that.
Yeah. So
That's crazy, bro. Because we was watching it.
Small world.
Very small world, man. Hey.
absolutely.
All right, man. So let's get into this episode, man. I'm excited. One of my favorite artists, Beyoncé. Beyoncé Knowles Carter. I don't know how she pronounces her name, but Mrs. Carter, Beyoncé. Yeah, amazing artist, man. Her birthday is coming up September 4th. She will be, I think she was born in 81.
1981.
So what that makes her, 38?
Let me see. I was born in 84.
39.
So,
39?
yeah.
Yeah, she'll be 39 this year.
Man,
Yeah,
so first thing come to mind when I think about Beyonce, man, is she fine. So I'm gonna get that out the way. She's fine and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful performer. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever been to one of her concerts or even watched the Coachella concert. 2 years ago? Bruh, that concert there, the Coachella performance, oh my dear, man. Amazing. She came here in Atlanta, I want to say in 2017, I'm not sure the year. And that was my first time being able to go to her concert. We sitting all the way at the top, man, and I'm like, dog, I felt like I was in the front row, you know. Just an amazing performer, amazing artist. I think the stuff that she's putting out now, like Black is King, we talked about that a few weeks ago. You know, just those pieces of artwork is kind of like back in the day, I don't know what time frame, but back in the day when you had all these big artists, drawings and paintings and stuff like that, she's those people. Like, she's the Picassos and the Michelangelos and the, you know, it's Beyonce for us. She's on that type of caliber, or I feel like she'll be remembered as that type of caliber person. So her art and what she puts out there in the world will be remembered for centuries, let alone decades. So that's my intro to this episode. Hope it did you guys some wonders. But let's get into it, man. What you got? That's terrible. By the way, what you got? Let's start from the beginning, man. What was some of the first, I guess, some of the history about Beyonce, man? She first started with Destiny Child.
What's your first memory of Beyonce? What's the first time you ever heard something that you remember from Beyonce?
The only thing that's coming up in my head is no, 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 no. You say yeah. You say that song right there. But for some reason I'm thinking about Kelly with that song. But I know she sings it. And then the switch when they went from 4 to 3. That I don't remember. I don't remember the first 4
from the original group to
the last 3.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, because that's what the first. I think that's the album, The Writing on the Wall.
Yeah,
The Writings on the Wall. And it was still 4 of them. They still had LaToya Luckett and the other
that's
girl.
Her name, LaToya Luckett.
Latavia.
Latavia, something like that. Yeah.
She couldn't sing.
Latavia.
I mean, to be in a group, I'm thinking that she could.
I'm just saying, I don't know, man. I ain't never just like paid attention to, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was that? They got their record deal in 1997 with Columbia Records.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Bills was their first #1 single off their second album. And then also Say My Name. Say my name, say my name. When no one is. That was bumping. Still bumping to the day. Then she also got into acting with, y'all remember Carmen, a hip hopper?
Mm-hmm. I remember that on BET.
Yeah.
They was playing that joint.
Man, you already know, man. Like back then though, man, we didn't know that she was gonna be who she is today.
No.
Like I had no
the level
clue.
up is serious, man.
Right.
I've been rewatching the Proud Family on Disney Plus, and just like how iconic the theme is from like Solange and Destiny's Child on there. And I'm just like, this is a trip. Like nobody knew at this time that Beyonce was going to even greater heights.
Right.
Like she was on her way to even greater heights. Because like you said, coming from Destiny's Child and then starting to do some acting and just some of that like background type stuff, like the theme song for a show. Mm-hmm. Like she just been plugged into everything for a long time.
Right. She also had a major role in the movie Goldmember, Austin Powers Goldmember. I remember that.
The Fighting Temptations.
I didn't think her acting was that great though. It always seemed like, I ain't gonna say forced, but I mean, it seemed like a Lifetime movie acting. You know what I'm saying? It ain't terrible, but you know. It ain't the greatest.
All right with that.
Ain't the greatest
ain't the greatest, but I was all right with it.
Yeah. I ain't saying I ain't like it, but you know.
I ain't got no
It serves its purpose.
Yeah, it got the message across.
Yeah, it's a character in the movie. So that's all we need. That's all we need.
Let's get Beyonce out here. A major one she did was the movie with Eddie Murphy, Jennifer Hudson. I hate it because it's
Dream
a musical.
Girls.
Dream
Girls.
I can't stand it.
I'm right there with you, man. I don't really get down with musicals either. Even as I get older and I try to rewatch some like childhood movies that I figured out are musicals now. I was trying to watch The Hunchback of Notre Dame one time. And it just came on like 10 minutes in, they started singing. I said, oh, hell no. I said, I ain't doing this. I can't do this. Man. But yeah, them musicals will throw it off. But yeah, she was in Dreamgirls, and wasn't she in Cadillac Records too?
Yep.
She was in Cadillac Records is probably my favorite role that she's played. That was the role.
Yeah, there you go.
That was the role that I was like, oh yeah. Like I don't know what it was or what experience she had, but she really embodied that role. She really, for me personally, she did her thing in that particular role. Other than that, yeah. I enjoyed it in other movies, but that role specifically was, she got into it somehow. I don't know. Whatever she did there, I want to do it everywhere else.
I need to go back and watch that. That was
a standout performance from her.
Yeah, I need to check that one out. I'll probably watch it either today or tomorrow.
Yeah, check that out, man. It's good.
Yeah.
That was. But as far as my first memory of her, it would have to be. Yeah, it would have to be Bills, most likely. I think that's the. Yeah, she's on lead in that one. I think that's the one that I would. Because it's like the way the music went.
In the beauty shop.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way it came in, it was like, it wasn't like the beat wasn't too noisy. It didn't overcrowd them. It was like, if I remember correctly, it comes in and there's a certain moment of silence and then she starts singing. You just kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
Because at first, all the other records were good. Yeah. And then she starts. And then and you're like, oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's when my
attention highlighted her voice very well with that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
sure. Absolutely. So that was my first memory of it. And then after that, it was pretty much kind of like paying attention ever since. Because the other records were good. It was, I guess, because of the beat or because of the record. I paid attention to them all together. But in that one particular one, it was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I hear you. Then you was like, what's her name again? And then
right. Oh, Destiny Child, Yeah. Do you feel like her dad was their Destiny's Child's manager, as well as, when she went solo, that was her manager too. And the crazy thing is she went solo and was still still released another Destiny's Child. Like she released a solo album, and then like a year later released the last Destiny Child album. I always find that to be cool because you go from being by yourself, you get to test the waters of being by yourself, and then you still get to go back and be with your friends because at that point you're family. So you get to go back and be with your family and produce another album. So I always thought that was pretty cool when people do that, because a lot of times you hear people going solo, the group never, the group never really gets an opportunity to come back together, or it'd be 10, 20 years down the line and they got this comeback tour of the group, So I thought that was pretty cool. And then over the years, we got a chance to see her interact with Kelly and Michelle. But not too much with the other group, with the other girls.
Well, they had an instance where they brought LaToya out. The only one I think they haven't really dealt with is Latavia. But there was a moment where they brought LaToya out. I think it was like LaToya, Michelle, Kelly, and Beyoncé. I can't really remember exactly the moment. I want to say it was on a BET.
Yeah, it was. I think I remember what you're talking about, but it's not as much as we see Kelly and Michelle out with her. You know.
Now we just see Kelly.
Right. Michelle failed one time, didn't she?
Oh my goodness, I didn't want to bring that up.
We ain't gotta do that, bro. We're not here for that.
They just looked at her like the show must go on.
Right, man. You gotta keep going.
That was on 106 apart.
No. That's not what
Oh man.
Oh man. But yes,
she failed.
Yeah.
I guess we talk about the professionalism.
The show must go on, man. And that's, man, I can't say enough to her artistry because we didn't start. Well, me personally, I didn't start paying attention to her artistry until she dropped Beyoncé. It came out in like 2000. When did Beyonce come out, man?
2013.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
but it was like one of the more recent albums that came out, and like that was just so amazing to me. Like, of course you listen to her music and you know who she is because it's Beyonce. But that album just did it for me, just because I actually got a chance to see like something new happen. Because she came out with that album, no publicity, no mentions, no leaks or anything. It just, one morning we woke up, we have a new Beyonce music video. but it's a music video for a whole album, you know. And I don't know what they call them, but to me, they're just music videos. But we got a chance to see her talent in videos as well as musically, man. And I appreciate stuff like that. So coming from a person that's really into videography and stuff like that, so, or getting into it. So yeah,
she has definitely leveled up dramatically in videos. Like the videos have just continuously gotten better and better and better. She is like on that Michael Jackson level of just like they just get better and better. That's performance and videos. Like she's right there with Mike. I don't know if it's too many other people in that stratosphere.
Nah, I don't know. Like for her, for me, like she can't do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always like, I didn't like Lemonade, but I did like some tracks from Lemonade. Mm-hmm. You know, but like I don't know, man. It's just something about Beyonce and just hearing her, like her transform, because even now she's starting to transform into a different type of artist, because she's starting to rap a little bit more on her songs, like the song she did with Megan Thee Stallion, the remix to man, what's the name of that remix, man?
Savage.
Yeah, like that was a fire verse that she put on there. Mm-hmm. Like she got OnlyFans paid
on that album from her and the Carter's album. She was rapping a little bit on there too.
Killing it. I think Jay-Z got something to do with that, as far as like her coming out of the shell to start rapping. But like, dude, we're getting a chance to see an artist truly evolve into a superstar and truly evolve into a legend, you know, because I once said, like, she is what Diana Ross was to her time. She is what, as you said, Michael Jackson was in his time. You know, and the funny part is they all started from a group as well. I just thought about that, man. Yeah. So I guess we gotta get a group together, and then, you know, somebody gotta go solo. But
man, it don't always work the same.
No, it doesn't. Look at New Edition.
When it seems to fail real quick. You weren't ready, player.
Right. But what were some of y'all favorites from Beyonce, man? Let's start there.
Go ahead, Steve.
Oh, man. That's a tough one for me. Lemonade album was definitely my favorite album.
Was it?
So, absolutely, man.
Somebody else said that. I need to go back and listen to it again.
Absolutely. Yeah, we talked about it too.
Dude,
yeah, mine as well.
Mostly because it was so personal, man. Just the way that it was, man. I enjoyed that album tremendously. One of my records that I like a lot that she was featured on was off of the Watch the Throne album, and I can't think of the name at the moment of that particular Take It to the Moon, Take It to the Stars, whatever the name of that one is. Just the way that she sings that on that album, man. I really thought that should have been an intro, but of course, No Church in a While was the intro, which was fine, but that just speaks to how, you know what I'm saying, dope she is. But man, when it comes to her, if I can go back, you know what I'm saying, Dangerously in Love would be one of my favorite records that she was on, even though that's a Destiny Child record. But it was featured, I mean, of course, on one of her solo albums. That would be one of my favorite right there. I can listen to that over and over and over again. And then there was a recent song, and I'm going to have to get the name of it right now, actually, that I love a lot that people don't talk about as much. It's the song with her and Kendrick, Freedom. That song right there is, when I say it giving me goosebumps when I hear it, man. Yeah, man, I love that record. Yeah. So that'd be some of my favorites, man. That'd be some of my favorites. that records from Beyonce. There are others, but those would be my top. And of course, she has more. The entire the entire Carter's album, man, I loved on it. I loved her on it. And then the album what's that? That was the Carter's album. Then what was the album right after that she dropped her solo album? Was that which one was that? Was that Lemonade? That wasn't Lemonade. Was it?
Lemonade came out before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then what was
I think the next one after that is like the Lion King one, ain't it?
Nah, I want to say
either the Lion King or the Homecoming live.
Oh, Homecoming, yeah.
Well, that was a Homecoming live. So maybe I'm thinking about whatever she's been putting out lately has been amazing. I don't know if that's is that from the Lion King?
Yeah. The Blackest King is basically the Lion King, the Gift album.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So those records on there, because I couldn't remember if the Lion King, the Gift was a compilation. Some reason I was thinking it was a compilation album.
Yeah, no, it was because it's based off of the movie.
Yeah. I think it threw me off a little bit. But man, the records that are on there have been amazing. I really like what she's been doing now. That transition into not not just artists, but now what I'm saying, trying to empower people. Especially us, you know what I'm saying? Us as far as color, as far as African American, as far as Africans and all of that. It's just, That the more recent stuff is some of my most favorite stuff because she's really, you can tell she's getting into it and giving it all. Yeah. But I guess that's the reason why we like the Lemonade album so much because it's so personal and she's giving us her as opposed to, hey, here's a song. We know you can sing it. It's raining. She likes it. She sing it. These albums, you feel something even more. So, yeah, man, those had to be my favorites, man. Had to be my favorites.
What about you, G?
I definitely like her first album a whole lot because I can remember that one the most vividly. I think I heard it the most of all her music because that's Dangerously in Love, the album. Of course, it has that song Dangerously in Love on it, but then it also has my favorite song from her, Me, Myself, and I. That's absolutely my all-time favorite Beyonce track, to this day. And I don't know why, it just feels good. Like to hear that track come on, it just feels really good. And I can always remember the video vividly every time I think about the song. Also, like Steve said, I really like Lemonade because it felt more personal and I got to experience it as a whole with the video. Like I wasn't a part of the whole, like the Beyonce album drop with all the videos. I've never seen any of those videos.
Bro, you need to go watch it. You need to go watch it.
I could care less at this point. But like I've heard the album, but like at this point it's all outdated and I'm not experiencing it with the crowd, so it's not gonna be the same. It's just like when you have a classic movie that you really, really like, and then like you try to get somebody who ain't never seen it to watch it 20 years later, and they be like, "This is slick trash, bro." It's like it's not the same. It's not the same feeling as what you got because you've lived with it. It's a part of who you are at this point. Right. And I would be coming late to the party. I don't even want to tarnish her legacy like that. It's just like I'll just stick with Lemonade. Y'all can have Beyonce.
I got you.
And Blackest King, I stick with that too because I got to experience that in real time. Yeah. But yeah, like you said, that song Freedom, man, I'm gonna go back to that right quick because I had a question for you on there because every time I listen to this song, like one, it's perfect as hell. Like it's a perfect fucking song. The beat is fucking crazy. Like every time the snares drop on that joint and it's like I feel them goosebumps you talking about. Every time them snares drop in, I'm like, oh my God, who did this? Like, that's crazy. But and then her singing, like she went full power vocals on that mug. Like it's Beyonce at final form.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like Dragon Ball Z, and we waited the whole episode, the whole album of Lemonade to see her power up like Goku did with Super Saiyan 3, and then like she finally get there and show you what that power is, and you just like, oh God, this is crazy. Because then Kendrick Lamar come on there, and it's like an afterthought, and he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. That's a great verse. But if you took it off, I wouldn't miss it.
No,
He probably thinks it's one of the best verses he ever wrote, one of his best performances. But at the same time, if you took it off, nobody would miss it because it's just she fucking overpowers it with those vocals on that production. It's crazy because that's a Just Blaze track, ain't it?
I believe so. Yeah,
because normally when I hear Just Blaze tracks, I be mad because rappers be trying to get on the man, and Just Blaze don't know how to tone down his instruments. So like, it always overpowers whoever's on it. Whoever's name is not T.I., it overpowers their vocals. And so
absolutely.
And so her being able to sing over it because he can't compete with that voice. That's a difference. It's a difference between a singer and a rapper. And like that voice could come in there and still do the things that it's supposed to do over all the instruments. And I'm like, I need more of that. If I could get an entire Beyonce album of Freedom, nigga, that shit would be crazy.
Dangerous. It make you want to go outside and do something.
Man. Yes, that joint is crazy, bro. It's like a great anthem. But yeah, that's pretty much my favorites from Beyonce right there. That Me, Myself, and I really like their first album. Lemonade is dope. Black is King visuals to go with those Lion King, The Gift songs is amazing. And she has become a cultural like superhero. That's all I can think of. Just
that's a great way to explain her.
Yeah, like she not just like an icon or like a legend. Like she just like this superhero, this mythical being of who she is. Because God, when I think of the most famous people in the world, I think of Beyonce, The Rock, and Barack Obama, and Michelle Obama. Like those are the most famous people in the world. Nobody's more famous than those four people. Like that's it.
It's crazy because the fact that you brought that up, there was a time where 50 Cent said that, you know what I'm saying, that pretty much that Jay was an afterthought to Beyonce. And me being a hip hop fan, and he didn't say it in quite that manner, he was just saying that pretty much, you know what I'm saying, Beyonce is bigger than Jay. And I don't know the exact words that he said it in, but I know at a moment I was like, Jay? I was like, Jay's huge. What is he talking about? But actually sitting down and thinking about it, you're like, nah, Beyonce's huge. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Jay's huge too. But Beyonce is on such another stratosphere that you wouldn't even like. Sometimes you kind of don't like when you put two people together and there's one person that you really like and you're like, no, he's huge too. But then you figure out that you're like, nah, you kind of get that recollection. You're like, nah, you're right. Like, Beyonce's a mega star. Jay's a superstar, but Beyonce is a mega star. You know what I'm saying? To the highest levels. And, you know, that's just, yeah. I mean, shoot, it was proven even when the whole cheating allegations all that came out. Like, what in the world? You talking about attacking a person? Goodness gracious. Yeah. But even with that, you know, it's just the fact that you brought that up and just kind of thinking about it, you're like, is she bigger than Oprah? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
She bigger than Oprah, bro. She bigger than Oprah.
You're like, absolutely. But the thing is, when someone says that, you kind of like, hold up, Oprah? But then you got to think about it.
Because, I mean, Oprah ain't just no regular person.
Absolutely.
So that kind of lets you know what kind of status she has, where you have to bring up some of the most known people of all time to even, like, hold a candle to who she is. Like we said, we was comparing her to Michael Jackson, and of course, he's deceased now. But it's like, that's pretty much where she at. She's there. She's at that level. When it's all said and done, and you're listing out some of the literal GOATs, I know that's kind of like thrown around pretty casually at this point. But like when you talking about really greatest of all time people, like she's gonna be one of the people that
she's
like
definitely in the conversation.
Nobody can dispute and be like, no, I don't know, because she didn't do she ain't do what, bro? Like she did everything.
Like, what did she not do? I'm glad that on the side note, I'm glad that we don't use the GOAT talk as much as other people do. So you get to go talk over here. You on the go level.
You on the go level for real.
Right, let's resume.
One thing I was just looking at, man, was how a lot of artists look like artistry is one stream of their character. Like, as an artist, they're great, but as a human being, they're great too. That's questionable. You know what I'm saying? So for Beyonce, she has done a lot for humans. I don't want to say black, white, Latino, or whatever. Just for human beings, she has done a lot, and especially for girls. As far as like her philanthropy, how you say it, philanthropy? Yeah, philanthropic. Philanthropic. That's it. You know where I'm going.
The R. It's an H, bruh. Philanthropic. It's an H before that R. There you go.
What you said.
It ain't philanthropy.
I'm saying right. It's philanthropy. It's philanthropy.
How you say? Okay. Okay.
Philanthropy. There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
There we go. What Greg said.
Absolutely.
She has done a lot for a lot of people, human beings, and you can't mention her you can't talk about her without talking about those. And just mentioning how important it is to her for her to give to them. Like, she's donated to I got the list right here. She's donated to a lot of different foundations. Love Our Children, Miss Emile, the Lunchbox Fund, the Samburu, United Negro College Fund. She's recently done a lot of stuff for what's going on in the world today, with Breonna Taylor, and stuff like that. So I always like to see what else does a superstar or artist has to give to the world. You know what I'm saying? And I always want to see, okay, where they did this, and I try to compare myself to them as far as like, am I giving to the world enough? And so I always find that to be interesting from different artists as to what they are given to and what they support as far as everything. So she has this, I'm looking on her website, Beyonce.com/be good. And it's listing a lot of the things that she's into and has talked about and donated to as well. So, check that out. That's my little spiel about that part, man. I just find that to be important. I didn't want to let this go by without mentioning that. And
no, you're right, man. You're right, because even just like, we ain't been here very long, but being here in Houston now, being where she's from, I'm pretty sure in the coming time that I'm here, I'll get a chance to see a little bit more about like even how she interacts with people from her city.
Yeah,
because I remember when they got hit by the hurricane a couple years back. She was here in the streets helping people.
Yeah.
She was right here beside Trade of Truth and all of them.
Yeah.
Doing their thing, trying to help the people of the city, because this is her home.
Yeah.
And you got to take care of home.
Right.
Like, regardless.
Always.
You got to come back and help the people out, because this is where you came from.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Her philanthropy is A1 as well, just like the music, man. It's A1 as well.
That's too funny, man. It's certain words, man, that just beat me up.
I understand, man. I understand. Because
that's one of them.
I got some of them words too.
All of us do, man. Nobody's perfect. Another thing I wanted to bring up, man, was her marrying Jay-Z. I feel like with that was I don't feel like it was a business move, because I truly believe they love each other and everything like that. But I do feel like that was a good business move. If I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they didn't get married because of business, but I do feel like because they got married, because they fell in love with each other, and the status that they were, it was a good move for their family. You know what I'm saying? Like, they definitely made money by being two of the biggest artists of their respective art. You know, Jay-Z being Jay-Z and Beyonce being who she is. I honestly believe Beyonce made Jay-Z better in his artistry and his reach more. I think he benefited more from being married to Beyonce than Beyonce benefited from being married to Jay-Z. There's no knock on either one of them, because I think it's a beautiful thing to actually be able to see them, you know what I'm saying, to really witness two amazing people and see them work through it, because they've worked through, I guess he cheated on her or something. That's what happened in the elevator or something like that. That's what Lemonade was about. I need to go back and listen to Lemonade, by the way.
You do,
because both of y'all was like, yeah, that's one of my favorites. And I'm like, I didn't feel it that well, man. But what are y'all thoughts on the union between Jay-Z and Beyonce?
I never looked at it as a business move.
I hate that I said it like that, but I mean, like, I didn't mean it like as a business move, but it was good for business.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. I think it was something that, I don't know. I felt like it was something that just happened, and they just happened to be the two biggest stars that got together. I mean, everybody always posts that picture of that dude that took her to the prom, and it was like, man, I know he kicking himself in his ass right now. But I mean, at what point, when you get to a certain status, then you're gonna be in a room with certain people.
Yeah.
She married a regular. Will we know about it? Will we care about it? Whatever. But I always say, when you get to a certain point, you're going to move a certain way. You're going to be around certain people, and things just going to come the way that it comes. And when you got two people with like the biggest stars as they were, and I want to say at that point, I want to say Jay was, well, I don't know. I want to say at that point, Jay was bigger than
when they got married.
Yeah. And I even want to say for a long time, it was on the hush hush. It was definitely a secret.
Yeah.
Because I know one time they, it was like from they was in a relationship to like they were certainly married. So, that's when I've never looked at it as like, all right, like a business move.
Yeah. Because
they tried to keep it so low and on the raps, and try to keep it away from the media. But I do feel what you're saying but you know what? But I think that's what stuff should be like. You shouldn't be with somebody who can't make you better.
Right. Mm-hmm. No, that's true.
I think a lot of people should pay attention to that, because, you just said that she made Jay better. I don't know if she made Jay better, but I do think that them two coming together made each one of them better, financially, mentally, and so on and so forth. Because now you're seeing a whole different side of Jay that we've never thought we would see him get to, and then we're also seeing another side of B that we never thought we would see. So I think it's a beautiful thing. Whether it was a business move or not, I think whatever it was, it worked out, and they're doing it to the best that they're doing it, and they're showing the world how marriage really looks like. Not saying that everybody, gonna have situations where maybe the other person had infidelity, but what I'm saying is they showed you that they can work through some some BS. So yeah.
Man.
That's my take.
Y'all said a mouthful.
Yeah.
I would have to say, like, I agree with what Steve was saying. I don't know if it was a calculated business move, but I do think that it, like, in hindsight, it ended up being like a power move.
Yeah.
That benefited the both of them. Because before Steve said what he said, I was like, I do think that, yes, Beyonce made Jay-Z better, or like it benefited Jay-Z a lot more than it benefited Beyonce. But I think, I don't know. I don't know if I can say that definitively. I would have to say, like, definitely both of them have benefited each other in different ways. And I'm sure it's even in intangibles. Stuff that I wouldn't be able to sit here and be like, oh, okay, this person sold more or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's more, it may even be just in being comfortable, comfortable enough to do certain things, to move certain ways, because you know, like, I'm straight. Like, even if this shit don't go the way I want it to go, I'm still gonna be straight. And I think when you playing with that much influence, that much money, that much power, like coming from both of those people, like you can play the game a little bit different. You can take bigger risks. You can do all of that stuff. Like Jay can do the things that he wants to do and not have to think about, like, if this goes wrong, like how I'm gonna recover from this on my own. Because it's like, he got Beyonce on the side, and it's like, there ain't nobody to sneeze at, bro.
Right.
She killing the game by herself. Like, she can help finance your little venture if you want. And the same thing the other way. If she say, this kind of risky, I don't know if I want to do this little venture here. And then it's like, bro, you got Jay-Z over here. Like,
Right.
He can finance your little venture. Like, if the shit don't go right, like, y'all gonna be fine.
Right.
And so, like, you can take those risks and you can take a loss and you can still recover. It's a famous line from Jay-Z, and he go, I lost 30 mil, so I spent another 30. Because unlike Hammer, 30 million can't hurt me. It's like, he can do that because he got Beyonce, nigga. Like, duh. Like, and yeah, maybe he could have done it on, but it's like, you definitely can do it when you got somebody of that caliber in your corner right there with you. And just as far as both of them evolving more and more to be like comfortable with becoming not just like worldwide icons, but like specifically like Black icons in the last like 5 or 10 years. Like, we've seen that come strong from both of them. Like, it's in their imagery, it's in Jay-Z growing his hair out, it's in their children, it's in the projects that they take on. It just sound like us. It feels like us. It don't feel like doesn't feel like a crossover hit. Feels. It's like, and that's not even just with music, just with their appearance and how they carry themselves. It doesn't seem like they're trying to appeal to the broadest audience. It's like the audience has to come to them rather than them going to the audience presented a certain way. And that's very admirable. Or admirable, because I fucked that up.
Admirable.
But there you go. It's very admirable, because the way that I would say like Jay-Z benefited from Beyonce is because, like, I don't consider myself a big Jay-Z fan, but like over time I've listened to more of his music because he's been there, and I listen to Beyonce from time to time. So it's like, he been around. I'm like, all right, I gotta see what this man talking about. Like, I can't just let this man keep popping up and not see what they talking about. Just like last week on the show, I was like, y'all, like, I got into Money Man because y'all keep on talking about Money Man. And I was like, I can't let these people keep showing up to my doorstep in life.
Right.
They like, hey, I'm here. And I'm like, man, get the fuck back to my door. Like, I can't do that shit. I gotta, like, if it keep coming back and it's a theme like that, I'm like, all right, I gotta pay attention to this. I gotta see what's going on here. And so, like, that union, I think we just seeing what that union actually even means, like how significant it's gonna be. Because I mean, these folks got kids. Like,
right.
They gonna push this out into the next generation. Like Tommy's shirt says, creating generational wealth and shit. Like, these folks are continuing. They got progeny and shit. So it's the best is yet to come, maybe.
Oh, for sure. I'm waiting on the next one. You know.
The next child?
Nah. For myself, but
okay, there we go.
Nah, I just think their union you know, is a beautiful one. And I always look at it from, like, you know, with me and my wife, man, everything we do is a partnership. And I always look at when people get married, or married people, how they do as far as like their business. You know, how are you guys doing? Is it, well, I look at me and my wife, how does she make me better? How do I make her better? And then applying it to other people. Like, I mean, like Beyonce put Jay-Z in different rooms, you know, the same as Jay-Z putting Beyonce in different rooms, but I still believe like it's a lot more doors opened up because, you know, Beyonce kind of peeled back the scary layer of Jay-Z being a black man, you know. So I don't know. I love it. One thing I wanted to mention was her accolades as far as like her Grammys that she won. She has won a lot of stuff. She said at her Coachella performance that she was the first woman to I think either close the Coachella. Like, how is that? Coachella is one of the biggest concerts around, and you know, it's what, 2018, and she was,
how long has it been around?
For a minute, I want to say. You know, it started small though.
Gotta be honest, I just heard of Coachella like probably like 5 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. I know.
It's actually coming up in October.
Yeah.
Which is not the answer you asked me about, but I mean, hey, 93.
Yeah. So, like, you know, I had no clue what Coachella was.
Yeah.
Until like a couple years ago. And that was probably because of, you know what I'm saying, the artists that I like that are on there. But, I mean, you know, you got to remember the society that we live in, too.
Yeah. That's true.
You know?
That's true.
And for her to be able to break that barrier is amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as her accolades and awards, man, she got so many. I got them all up, but it's just way too many to go through. But she's done some incredible things, some deserving things as well. And we can even go back to that classic moment with Kanye in a Taylor Swift situation.
Right.
At that moment, did she deserve that? Yeah, probably. But you know, to come back and win it the following year, I believe. Yeah. And then to you know, let Taylor have a moment from the previous year because of Kanye was a big thing. So that's, you know, that's some bold stuff. So that just kind of accounts to like all the stuff. She's been amazing, man. She's been amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, she has definitely changed the game and everything like that. Yeah, I love Beyonce, man. I can't say nothing but good things about her, man. Philanthropist, singer, mother, wife. What else I miss? Producer, superhero,
dancer,
performer,
probably choreographer at this point.
Right.
Maybe something to do with hairstyling and all that kind of stuff. Like she has done all kind of things, inspired all kind of people from all different walks of life.
Yeah,
like, just
all of that.
I mean, she even got artists now herself.
She does, and they sound just like her.
Yeah, yeah. If y'all don't know who we're talking about Chloe and Haley.
And Haley, yeah.
Check them out.
On clothing designer with Ivy Park. What's the name of her record label that they're on?
Parkwood.
There you go.
You know, she has done so many things for the world and given us her artistry, her life, you know, allowing us a chance to see her creative side and inspiring us to do more, be more, and you know, and everything like that. So yeah, man, Beyonce is that lady. Ain't nothing else I can say but happy birthday, you know. Yes. And yeah, I mean that's it for me. Beyonce. Anyway, guys, let us know how you feel about Beyonce. This is just an appreciation to her and a thank you to her for giving us her art for so many years, allowing us an opportunity to listen to her heart Because if you are any type of creative, you know that you're putting your heart and your all into it, and we can tell by the end result that we see. So with that being said, guys, subscribe to the podcast on YouTube at Speaker Geekers Podcast. Also subscribe to us on wherever you listen to podcasts. Like we got Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcast, Spreaker, whatever else you listen
Just
to, it's
Google
on there.
Google me, baby.
Google me.
Google me, baby. Hey.
Follow us on social media on Instagram at Speaker Geekers Podcast, Facebook at Speaker Geekers Podcast. I stumbled over that. Facebook at Speaker Geekers Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at I am Tommy T the third DA3RD. You got Steve-O Steve at the Great Steve-O Steve, DA Great Steve-O Steve, and then we got G on Instagram as well as at instantly _G, and you can find us all there. Yeah. So that's all I got, man. What else do you guys have?
Man, I wonder what she's doing for her birthday. I mean, what can you really top to do? What can Jay do for her birthday?
Take her
somewhere simple. Take her somewhere simple. Right. Take her ass to Applebee's.
Just buy out Applebee's for the night.
Yeah, just close it out. No, let people in.
Let people in.
No, you can't do that.
Man.
People don't know how to act. Yeah, people don't know how to act.
Wear a mask.
But
that shit gonna go right out the window.
Yeah, right. That wouldn't even. Jay be like, this ain't even gonna work.
Nah.
But, yeah, I mean, what do you do for a lady that seems like she got it all? Like, all I can do is think of the simple stuff. So
yeah,
man,
I don't know.
Cook her a meal or something.
Yeah, I was just like, or something.
Happy birthday.
Do something with the kids for her.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
figure out who make her favorite meal and fly them out to the house, and then let them cook.
Yeah,
absolutely. So
man,
we'll see, but I hope she enjoys it.
Yeah,
for whatever it is.
Definitely. From Speaker Geekers Podcast, happy birthday, Beyoncé.
Yep. And like Tommy said, man, y'all chip in because this is from a man perspective. Just let y'all know.
Right. Exactly.
We want to hear y'all women, man. We want to hear the beehive.
The beehive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So, Greg, you got anything?
No, that's it, man.
That's it.
Listen to some Beyonce this week. Maybe go listen to Lemonade, Tommy.
Yeah, I'm definitely
just watch the Lemonade, like the visuals.
I got you. I'm gonna
Have
check
you done that yet?
No.
Have you got a chance to see? That's why you don't feel it the same way. You got to watch the visuals, man. You got to go watch the visuals the same way you did Beyonce and the same way you did Black is King. Watch it with the visuals, and I guarantee it's a totally different experience.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Absolutely,
I'm gonna do that for sure.
Steve,
you got anything else?
Oh no, that was. I thought that was my anything else. I say happy birthday to it.
I was gonna throw it back to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Body roll. Body roll. Happy birthday, Beyonce.
Hey man. Hey, that's it from us, man. I'm out, man. Peace.